My name is Mila. I am from Washington State, and I live in Idaho right now, and I'm a photographer. I've always been interested in photography. I would take my mom's phone when I was a kid and go and take pictures. I went and took a picture of a peony flower that ended up being so good that my mom went and had it printed out and framed in our house. I'm an only child, so it's all supportive in my household. It was. I remember that same year for Christmas, I got my first DSLR camera, which was a Canon Rebel. And it was a great camera. I used it quite often. I've upgraded recently to a Canon R6, but I'm going to be selling that Rebel. I thought about that, but it's just things too, you know. You have the pictures to kind of keep that memory there. It was capturing a time on this earth in life that you might not remember 2 years down the road until you go see a picture and you go, oh, I remember that specific time where I went here and I had fun and I took this picture and I caught the moment that it was fun for me. I do have one picture that I took recently. It's one of my favorite pictures because I took it in Utah. My dad and I were at Mossy Cave Trail and we were hiking around and we were just kind of having fun. My dad loves trees, so he was basically hugging a tree. And I like the leaves that fall on the ground, and so I took a picture of a leaf on the ground, and that picture just reminds me of that time with my dad. He is one of the people, both my mom and my dad are very supportive of taking pictures. They'll ask me like every weekend, hey, do you want to go out? Do you have some pictures you want to take around? Let's go take some pictures, you know. So we had, when I first started posting at the garden, we had chickens, and chickens are my favorite animal. And I'd go outside and I'd take pictures of our chickens running around, going through the yard, just the day in the life of the chicken. I had pictures of horses because my neighbors had horses and absolutely loved them. And there were hummingbirds around us. There were a lot of animals. And I think that just was something that I enjoyed. Yeah, so I have behind me, I have a Zeiss Ikon Bob 510. I just bought this camera. I love this camera. It's from 1934. It folds out with the push of a button.
Wow.
I love it. I haven't taken any pictures with it yet because I'm getting film, but it's just a fun camera that I have. I think the only camera that I've actually taken pictures with on the shelf behind me is the Argus C3, and I still need to get the pictures developed. But this is from the 40s, camera from the 1940s. I took it all apart, I put it all back together, made sure everything works great. To take a picture, I just push down, look through, and take a picture. You guys are on a picture now. Yeah, I mean, the old cameras, there's a lot of thrift stores and antique stores around in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, where I live. And so you walk in and you'll immediately see a camera, an old camera. It's easy to pick them up. And it's easy just to kind of know and realize that those cameras took pictures that defined people, that captured moments in people's lives. I think that's kind of why I collect them, and then the engineering behind them is fun for me as well. Well, when I take photos, I'm kind of in my own little world. I have pretty bad anxiety, and I've found that when I go into public places, I am afraid of people staring at me for no reason. And taking photos, taking pictures, having that kind of something to cover me or to give me a reason to be there really helps me with my anxiety, because I'll tell myself I'm being stared at for having a camera, but I'm being stared at for doing something that makes me happy. So it's okay. I'm looking at mechanical engineering, specifically aerospace, which is why I find some of the camera parts so fascinating with that engineering background in mind. But planning on going to University of Wyoming for mechanical engineering, getting a PhD mechanical engineering, possibly minoring or double majoring in performing arts. I have sold, I sold one of my cow pictures to a family friend, and it was a print, canvas print, and she absolutely loves the picture. It's in her house still. Whenever I go over to her house, I see it all the time. So that's the only picture I've really sold. No, I'm excited for the garden platform to go online. That's an exciting opportunity for a lot of people. And it'll be fun to see where it goes, and I really hope that it takes off and goes as far as you guys want it and even farther.
Well, thank you so much. We really appreciate that and appreciate your time, and excited for the rest of the things that you post.
Thank you.